What's up, you guys? It's your boy, Bradley Martyn. Welcome back to Raw Talk. Today,
now try
I have the hottest girl in the world sitting on my couch.
What?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay,
it's
is it Mikki?
You grew a beard.
Dude,
no.
All right, I'll do the other voice.
I was introing myself too. You just killed my whole bit, man.
Do
you
the
told
other
me
one.
to run it. Also, what is this mic situation?
What, this one here?
No, you put it down, dog.
No,
what are you doing?
Okay. I didn't realize you were the
Wait,
professional.
both of you did this? Should I do that then too? You're trolling me. I like it lower, personally.
Yeah.
Like this. And
Just close enough to your mouth so we can hear you.
I think we have different mics than you. Right? No, yours is...
No,
These are sure,
you just
right?
have a different cover.
Yeah.
Is this your first time doing a podcast? No. Are you acting like it's your first
Brad.
time? Shh. Don't you have a podcast?
Yeah.
What do you talk about on your podcast?
Basically, I created a clip farm. So I was like, I just want to sit there, have a mic, and then talk about things that are trending and viral right now. But then I was like, I need a platform to post this on because people are going to be like, what do you do? Like, why is she sitting down? So I was like, I need a podcast. But it's mainly just for clips.
Has that helped your conversion on the Demon platform?
Yeah, I think it helped me. Are we filming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I do the intro again though?
Go ahead. You can do it again. Yeah, run it again.
I really want to do it.
You're running the second. Which one? The sexy one?
I got it. Just let me handle
All right.
business.
Go for
baby.
it. Go for it.
I can't. Okay. What is up, you guys? It is your boy Bradley Martyn. Fuck.
We're leaving that. Bradley Martyn. You got it.
Anyway, so I'm a hippie and I like to have like pyramid candles,
Dude,
by my bed and
blow up my spot right now.
And I burn incense for all the girls. I try to look like I'm a hippie cool
I'm
guy.
not gonna lie. The first,
really
not the first reason. The second reason why I was like, yo, I want you on the podcast was because you said you knew my brother 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, we can get
Which was
into
the
that.
weirdest moment I think I've ever had with anyone like in the space, because my brother's so not in the space at all, which obviously at the time when you met him, you were not at all either.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you go from girl working in Noe Valley and Whole Foods to you now?
Why are you on my chair?
Yeah.
Like how did you get here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I graduated high school and I decided I didn't want to go to college. So then I was like, I'm just going to move around. So I moved to Oakland. I moved to San Francisco. Just started picking up these.
Where were you from originally?
It was San Jose.
San Jose.
Yeah.
Hippie, yeah.
I picked up these, basic jobs. I worked at Whole Foods. I was mostly in the grocery business for a long time. Bagged groceries. Could have been your grocery bagger. Wouldn't have been amazing.
Surprised you weren't putting fries in a bag.
No, that's nasty. I did work at Panera Bread. I worked at
I worked at Quiznos when I was 15.
Oh wow! Don't even talk
Arby's.
shit then.
Huh?
I worked at Arby's.
Wow.
Okay, I feel like Arby's isn't
Fascinating.
real.
I don't know who's keeping them in business.
Yeah, I feel like Arby's. I feel like it's a front for something because I've seen commercials like Super Bowl commercials, and every time I see it, I'm like, I've never even seen an Arby's.
Actually, that's so true. I've never seen anyone actually eat at Arby's.
I lied. I ate at Arby's one time driving home on the 5. That was the first and I went there because it was the first Arby's I've ever seen.
You're into like roast beef or?
No.
That's
the
not your
fuck
thing.
was that? No. I didn't get a roast. I don't even know what I got.
Absolutely
It was
not.
some like chicken. They have chicken.
Maybe.
Are you asking me?
That's
Yeah, well, you
Chick-fil-A.
worked there.
Bro, we're talking almost 20 years
Anyway,
ago.
so
Wait, was that your first job? Hold on. Was that your first job?
It was my first job in my new life.
Wait. What was your first job in your first life?
Like
Your-
construction.
Okay.
Oh.
I was a bad kid, so like I had worked a bunch of odd jobs. But when I was trying to get my life back on track, that was my first job.
Arby's.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm working at Arby's. We have the meats.
So they were hiring and I had face tattoos. I was a convicted felon and no high school diploma.
So
Yeah.
you had the face tats way before you made money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Damn, you committed to face tattoos before money is crazy.
I know.
That's
I
hard.
think I got my first 2 face tattoos while I was still homeless.
Okay, that makes sense. What about this one, the prayer one?
The praying hands,
Yeah.
I got that one 9 years ago.
Wait, first tattoo.
I got 2 at the same time. I got some goofy letters across my chest and a stick figure pushing a lawnmower on my pubes.
Wow. Like it was pushing the, like it was
You wanna
mowing the
see
pube?
it?
No.
It's not covered. You can
No.
still see it. All right.
I don't really want to see it either.
What was your first tattoo?
A mandala on my back that I got in New Zealand when I was 20.
Fuck.
I used to live in New Zealand.
It's so weird.
So yeah, I'm
For
I'm
how
a hippie.
long?
What do you mean?
How long did you live in New
Oh,
Zealand?
for a year. Yeah.
So
let's go back to Whole Foods, right?
Yeah.
So I'm working at Whole Foods, living in San Francisco. I meet your brother. We were actually cool for a while. Like,
did he ever try to smash?
he wasn't my type, really.
No, did he try to smash?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I had
Fair.
a couple boyfriends at the time.
A couple boyfriends
not
at the
like
time.
at once.
Okay.
But like while I was working at Whole Foods. And then I decided I wanted to travel because I was bored. I was like, yeah, really isn't serving me. I had a really bad apartment in Oakland. Like it was horrible. It was the worst apartment.
Yeah.
There's bed bugs like living in the walls. And I was a supervisor at Whole Foods and I still couldn't get by because San Francisco is extremely expensive.
Yeah.
So then I decided to move to New Zealand and I traveled the world and lived abroad for 5 years and lived in
Where did you travel?
pretty much everywhere.
How did you get money to just travel from working at Whole
Because
Foods?
everyone asks me this, but it's really interesting to me because there's a difference, and your brother would know this, and you should know this as a hippie.
Yeah.
There's a difference between.
She's trying to blow my shit up right now.
There's a difference between traveling and like vacationing. Like someone could be like, oh, I've vacationed all over the world. I've traveled the world. Like I've been to every continent. I've done all these things. Yeah, that's cool. Have you met the people from that country? Have you really gotten dirty? Have you been involved? I traveled the world. Like I met people. I stayed in hostels.
Yeah.
I met the locals. I slept in parks. Like I was a hippie.
Yeah.
I squatted,
So you really did it.
I really did it. I traveled the world. And so I was broke because you don't need money when you have that lifestyle,
Yeah.
so it's a completely different game. But then anyway, so I was traveling the world. I got into a relationship. I was living in Berlin and some pretty rough things happened there. And I had really bad PTSD from this event that happened, became homeless and moved us back to San Francisco. I'm living in a homeless shelter. And I was like, what am I going to do to make money? Like I am having panic attacks every day. I could not focus. I could not work. I used to be a bartender. And I was like, maybe I'll look into cam modeling. And so I started searching the adult industry. I was like, how can I make money online for myself, work whenever I need to? Because if I'm having a panic attack or I'm stressed, I couldn't go to work. I can't work on someone else's time. It had to be my own. And this is before OnlyFans. So it's not like I could log in and I just knew how to make money. So I had to really hustle. And I started in the homeless shelter. And that's kind of how I got
You were
into
a
the
homeless shelter cam girl.
I didn't do camming. I looked into it and then I was like, that's not for me. Like I wasn't.
Because I'm like, how'd they set up the internet there?
Yeah.
Like, where's the Wi-Fi and the webcam?
Yeah.
Like you would rob someone at Best Buy?
Can you imagine? That would have been insane. So I wasn't there yet. Like I wasn't willing to do anything explicit. Like I thought at most it'd be tasteful nudity. So I just started shooting photos in the homeless shelter bathroom. And then I tried selling that. I like built an Instagram. I have my first Instagram post like framed in my house because it was in the shelter and it was like the worst photo of all time.
Do you have that photo right now?
Yeah.
Can I see that?
I mean, it'll take me a second to pull it up, but yeah, I can show
I've
you.
seen it. It's actually really cool. It's
actually in a homeless shelter?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the bathroom. So
yeah.
we didn't even have like single stalls, right?
You got to find this. I need to see this.
We had like bathrooms, community bathrooms, and every single day they were all shooting up heroin every morning. I could never even pee. It made my PTSD even worse. Like it was honestly a nightmare.
How did you guys meet? You could answer that while she's finding it.
We met at Coachella. And actually, since the first time we met, I don't think we've left each other's sight. And she keeps trying to date, but I'm like, listen, like take it slow.
I need your Wi-Fi.
I respect that.
So, but yeah, so.
That's a lie.
I don't know if that's a lie.
That is such a lie.
Which part's a lie? Which part?
The internet likes to say
internet
likes to say he lies a lot. That's a thing. We got to address that.
We could address that. Let's address this one first.
You're going to be my girlfriend for my Snapchat, and we're going to troll the internet.
I thought maybe it was a tattoo thing.
No, he has cool people. If he cleaned his act up, maybe I'd date you.
She gave me
He's got a lot of hoes.
Okay.
Got a lot of hoes.
No, I haven't. but the first time we like hung out, she gave me a list of everything she looks for in a man to date and goes, you have all except for that one. Although I disagree with that one.
No, what one? What are you talking about?
I don't want to say which one because it's a bad look if other girls think it's true too. Loyalty. That was the one. She goes, that's where I would struggle with you. I'm like, how do you figure? She goes, you have mad hoes. I go, I don't.
All of this is not true, by the way.
This is not true? I still have the list on my phone. Bro.
Yeah, I gave you the list and you said, I was like, this is what I want. And he goes, I'm all of those things. And I was like, okay. Like what?
Do you have a list like that for girls?
Mm-mm.
No, because he just wants 21 and pretty,
21 and pretty is great.
So it's like, I don't know if you can handle me because I'm going to push back. I'm not going to be a passive bitch. I'm not going to be a passenger princess. It's just like, oh, okay. Oh, you're fucking her this week? Oh.
My list is very easy.
Won't be me, babes.
My list is easy. I need them to be beautiful and love me. That's it. And I'll take care of everything else.
Well, you don't care about loyalty? Of course you do.
Well, yeah, if they loved me, they'd be loyal.
Yes, yeah.
But if you loved the girl, wouldn't you then be loyal?
I've been loyal to you. I haven't stepped out not one time.
It's been a week and like nothing's happened.
I haven't done anything disloyal, dishonest, shady, nothing.
Yeah, but in all of your past relationships you have.
Mm-mm.
This is funny. This reminds me of like a Steiny episode. It's trying to be like my girl. Every
He's
girl
an
is his new
interesting
girl.
character. He's actually a lot sweeter than I think the internet realizes. He's kind of a softie.
Me?
Yeah.
No problem.
He's sweet and soft, but people just don't know.
He's doing good. That's a good poker face.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. You ready to see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
And you know how much of a hippie I am? I made those earrings.
Holy you look like a literal completely different person.
Completely. I have evolved more than anyone I think I've ever met. Like not on the planet.
Yeah, because
I'll
never forget my brother. I was like, you said you knew my brother, so immediately I had to FaceTime him.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know this girl? And he was like, who the fuck is that?
And we're live, like on the phone. He had no idea. Yeah, I made those earrings when I lived in New Zealand. And
he texted me later and I said, so did you know her? And he said, she was a dirty hippie before and super fucking liberal. I said, LOL. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at the time.
Fair. So he's accurate in his assessment.
Yeah, but everyone's liberal until you make money.
It's
big fact.
Everyone's liberal until
Why
you make money.
Why is it that way?
Because when you make money, then you're smart. And then when you're smart, things shift. So
let me ask you this. So his brother didn't even recognize you when you FaceTimed him, right?
Right.
Do you like that you're such a different person now? Or do you ever look back on it and like, wow, maybe I have changed and
Oh, no. I feel like I'm a person with like a cat, like with 9 lives. And I love every era of my life. Like in New Zealand, I was a bartender. And then when I lived in Berlin, I was a hippie and a poet. And I didn't even have a job, honestly. I squatted. And each era of that life was so beautiful. And then I moved to Australia and I started in the adult world, but I was also bartending and working at clubs and doing different things. But tapping into my feminine, getting more into beauty. Like it was a different era. And then I moved back to America and then my life kind of skyrocketed.
Now you're in your demon feminine.
I'm still a sweet girl.
Demon platform.
I'm still a sweet girl.
sometimes.
I believe that.
Yeah.
But do you Is this what you thought? Is this where you thought your life was going to go? Or did you have no idea?
Absolutely not. I didn't care about making money. I didn't care about success. I didn't care where I ended up. I was truly a hippie living in my purest form. Like every day, waking up, whatever the world would bring me, I would just go. But I always had an intuitive feeling that I was going to be okay. And I used to write it and manifest it. I really believe in that. Like I would always write. I've been a poet my whole life, and I would write poems about how I always knew the wind was going to carry me to wherever I needed to be. And
did you think it was going to be this industry though?
No.
What industry did you think it was going to be?
I didn't even think of an industry. I didn't even know where I would end up or what I would do. I never wanted to marry rich. That was not my vibe. Like I genuinely didn't care. It just fell on my lap and I just took it and ran with it. And now I'm here. So I'm one of those people where once I tap into something, I want to be the best I can be at it. Like I want to take it as far as it can possibly go. And then once I got into this world, that's what I did. I was like, well, if I'm in it, I'm going to reach the top. I'm going to go as far as I can.
But what's the top of this world?
I don't know, just to be seen, to be recognized, to be known, to be respected in the space, I think is huge.
Do you want to be famous?
So,
is that part of the drive?
Not really.
Okay. You said seen and recognized. What do you mean by
seen
that?
and recognized and respected by peers, by people in the space. That's all. I feel like that's when you make it in your scene. You know, when other content creators respect you, respect your work. Yeah.
When you started doing OnlyFans from the shelter, did you have any like resistance or second thoughts?
That was before OnlyFans thing.
Yeah, because it wasn't even a platform.
It wasn't even.
Well, what that photo when you first started? What was that photo?
That was me starting Instagram.
That was for Instagram.
That was for Instagram.
But where would you sell it then?
I started selling Dropbox folders on Instagram.
Holy shit.
And then
you sound like me selling coaching back in the day on fucking email.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then I used that money to book hotels to shoot actual content that was good quality. And then I sold that and I got so far I could afford to move back to Australia because I was living in the shelter with my ex-partner who was disabled and he was from New Zealand and we were moving back. I was trying to get him home. It was a long, hectic story.
What are these guys doing? Nothing? Just doing drugs or what?
In the shelter?
Yeah, like your partner. You said you had a partner in the shelter.
Yeah.
Was he?
We were both sober. We were like, he was disabled. Everyone I met in the homeless shelter, I would say 98% of them were all on drugs. All had the same story. Woe is me. My life is awful. I went through this one event, couldn't get out of it, won't dig myself out. It's all the same. And then there was probably 5 sober people I met in the year that I lived there that actually fell on hard times where the services offered and provided from the city would actually be reasonable to use, you know, like, oh, we're so glad they're here. And I paid taxes in the Bay Area my whole life. So it's like, oh, wow, like I'm grateful for this.
Yeah.
But it was more or less a nightmare.
So it's like most people were just like falling in the same circles of just drugs. Like,
100%.
did they end up there because of drugs, most of those people?
No. They ended up on drugs because of a life event.
Yeah.
A life event happened, catastrophic, ruins their life. They use drugs to cope, and then the drugs ruin their life and derail them. And that's why they're homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they would move into SRO buildings, single room occupancy. It's where the city houses them, right? And you think that that would solve the problem. It doesn't. They don't even live in them. They're so indoctrinated to sleeping outside. They kept sleeping outside and they use it as a storage unit. And so when people ask me about the homeless system, I've been in it. I've been deep in it and I know everything about it. And I walked in with a lot of empathy and I walked out thinking this is an absolute joke.
Yeah.
Like I just don't have empathy anymore for them because it's hard. It's harder to build your life back than it is to sit there and cry and say, woe is me and shoot drugs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You had a crazy transformation. Do people know, about your transformation? Or is it just kind
of
of
my past lives?
Yeah.
I kind of ghosted them. I like my privacy. I don't like it.
Does your audience know about your like transformation? Because you look different.
No, that's why they're archived.
Yeah.
I archived all those photos. It's obviously not good for business, I think, to put those out there.
Yeah.
If you go all the way back, but I think it's admirable to show people in the space to be like, yeah, this is where I started. It's
so you
crazy.
would never like post that and be like, Throwback Thursday?
Probably not.
I don't know. I feel like some people be like, damn.
Well, right. But see, the thing is, you never want to highlight the work you've had done. Like, that's not sexy. It's not hot. It's not attractive. I'd say that's bad for me to do. If I was like, look at where I started. Because then they're like, you never want to talk
it's like
about
more
it.
like you didn't get so much work done. It's like you just changed the color of your hair and shit, sort of.
Yeah, like I still had a good foundation to some degree.
Yo, so first of all, we go out to dinner last night.
Yeah.
Bill comes, not a super expensive bill. She does the fake reach for the purse, right?
No way.
No, I didn't.
I have it on camera.
And you have money though.
This was for a skit.
I
said for a skit. No. Listen.
Oh, wait,
listen.
this is a skit. This is a skit right now.
So he starts filming. He's always filming me for his fucking Snapchat. So it was like doing a little bit. And I was like, yeah, I'm Bill Gates' sugar baby. Oh my God, do you want me to pay for dinner, babe? Like as if I was Bill Gates' sugar baby and we're using his card. You think I would actually pull my card out to pay for dinner?
Well, she didn't. That's what I was getting at.
You got me
Her
fucked
purse
up.
is under the table. So there's no like me filming her getting her wallet. So like I just happen to look over and I see her hand on her wallet and I go, all right, go ahead, pay for dinner. Like I know like roughly how much money you make. Like, go ahead. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't even buy me dinner.
What the fuck?
I paid.
Yeah.
And you've been living in his house? It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But should girls pay though? What do you think?
I have no problem always paying for everything all the time. I have no issue with that. But sometimes, let's say I'm on the phone, I'm not paying attention when the bill comes, and I go, "Oh, can I get the check?" And they're like, my girl will be like, "Oh, I already paid." I find that super like loving, super thoughtful, super nice. Yeah. She does get me breakfast every morning.
Every morning.
So I really do appreciate that.
I believe in equality. I don't think the women should never pay. Like I will go 50-50, or sometimes I'll pay myself. I don't really need a man in that way.
Don't you also generally date guys with no money?
I mean, my ex made like $500 a year.
Oh, that's good.
You know,
that's good. No, that's good.
So yeah.
Do you try to date guys with money then, or not with money?
No, I don't. That's not my forefront. Because like, sure, you're rich, but what else? What's your passion? What motivates you? Are you funny? Can you make me laugh? You know, these are the qualities I look for. Ambition is important, but if there's no passion behind it, it's meaningless for me.
You mean ambition, like having ambition? What do you mean by that? Having ambition without passion?
Let's say you're Wall Street. Yeah. Like you make a ton of money, but like, what are you doing? Is it really a passionate way to live? Are you inspiring people? Are you making them laugh? Even in my content, I at least try to bring a comedic flair to it so that I get people through their weeks. It's not just like always being hot in a bikini. You know, I want to inspire people. I want to make them laugh.
Yeah,
I want to
roast you so bad. I want to roast you so bad.
Why?
Because like it's kind of true, but it's also like
it is.
Come on,
it is.
You're selling like titty pictures though.
Have you ever seen like?
I'm a therapist.
No, she does. Listen, I wouldn't have had you on at all if I thought like you were just completely bland and fucking boring. And like again, after I talked to you in person, I was like, oh, she actually has a decent personality. Otherwise, like this would have been terrible.
Right.
Because I've been in situations talking with people where it's like trying really hard to get anything out of anyone is fucking, or that person specifically was really difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
So
he is super funny. That's legit.
How did you guys meet? The Coachella thing?
Yeah. We met on the transportation. The house we were staying at gave transportation to the house, and we met on there. Mm-hmm. And that was the first real.
Was that Ryan's thing?
Yeah, that was the first real conversation we had. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, look at us, tattoos.
Yeah.
We're
besties.
She had been following me for a long time.
That's so not true.
That's not true. That you've been
so not true.
Yes, it is true. You've been following me for a long time, and she slid in my DMs.
We're besties.
Absolutely not.
I could pull it up right now.
When did I slide in your DMs? Are you joking?
Also, the best
is this the one you sent yourself?
No.
The text.
You want me to pull it up?
How are we missing? We're glazing over this. She just called you her bestie.
You're my bestie.
We're glazing over this thing. The bestie, because I don't think men and women are friends. I don't think they ever can be.
You know, I've heard this before.
I think it's fucking fake.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Follow back, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't follow her back. Put that out there because the people can't see.
Right. And we had a whole conversation about
this. And then,
this.
What's the very first message ever sent?
Yeah, a photo of us from Coachella a week ago. You're acting like I DM'd you years ago.
I'm just saying.
That was after we met.
In whose DMs?
I wouldn't call that sliding, dogs. Show the cameras.
That is a little different. That's a little different.
Thank you.
That is a little different. I got to be fair on that.
Brad's my guy.
That's a little different.
My loyalty is now shift.
No. It's I don't know. The bestie thing, I don't know how we're glazing over that.
I don't mind because it helps me keep my options open.
Yeah. The fact he thinks I'm an option, that was crazy. I love that for you.
Actually, you're right. You are my only option, and I'm very grateful for that.
There we go.
And I'm stoked that there are no other women in my life except for you.
I think he likes me a little bit.
That's the gambler
I think
in him.
he really does.
He's good.
You like me a little bit?
I love you with all my heart.
Oh, you
After a week?
Yeah.
After a week?
Should we do the podcast like this?
No.
I love you so much.
Bad for business. Love you.
Wow. No, do you think men and women can be friends?
I do, personally, from my side. Do I agree with you that most men can't be friends with women? Yes. Like I can be friends with a man I'm totally not sexually attracted to and immediately friend zone homie him. And I have some day one friends that are like that, where we're both not sexually into each other. At least they try to say that from their side.
You're too hot for any guy to not want to sleep with you.
Yes. It's difficult.
So
it's difficult now.
But then if you're friends with that guy, you know that you're welcoming that into your life. So that's not a real friend.
That's the point. That's the point.
Interesting. That's not a
So
bad
like I get
take.
what you're saying. Like, yeah, if you're not attracted to someone, you could be friends with them. But if the guy's like trying to be friends with you, it's likely he's attracted to you. Therefore, you're willingly allowing that to sort of hover around in the space of like, well, maybe. And then you never know, the circumstances could change where like that person then could add something to your life that maybe you're looking for at the time. You go, okay, now. Because I've seen it. Like I've firsthand, I've seen it, I've experienced it, I've fucking horror stories about shit like that.
So you think all the males are just waiting in the corner, waiting for the girl to be like, okay, I'll finally fuck
Yes.
you.
Of course they are.
And then
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not every, I just genuinely don't believe that guys are just like, yeah, we'll just, there are circumstances where like, if it's super work related, where they're like, we're friendly because we do this work together.
Yeah.
But like in the back of their mind, they're still thinking like, is this an opportunity if they're attracted?
Right.
Most
what if
guys-
the guy's in a relationship?
No,
married.
Doesn't matter.
Married.
Most guys don't want to be friends with other guys, let alone girls. Most of us are chilling in our own lane.
Friendless.
No,
No
like
guy
we,
friends, no
like
girlfriends.
we have like our own like little friend group.
Yeah.
We're solid. We know who's who. We know who we call for lunch every day. We know who we see at the gym every day or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like most of us aren't looking for more friends. Like, hey, let's make a bigger group.
Right.
So now we have to add not just a bigger group, but like now a girl, which is like a whole different type of species. You know, like we're all chilling. So if we add a female, there's really one motive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I just think it's not real. I think it's fucking fake.
So you have no girlfriends?
No.
What
I don't
about
have-
Sarah? What's going on with you and her?
Sarah's someone I work with. Yeah.
that's
a good-
why it was a specific example.
No, that's a
from
great
you.
example because
Yeah.
that's where it's like there's a line where it's like this makes sense for us to do this together and it's beneficial and it's good.
Wow.
Like-
But what about a really ugly girl that you would never try to fuck?
Theory applies equally.
That theory applies because it's like then why am I?
Because she's a friend, right? So you value her. She's really funny, has amazing qualities.
So what I'm saying is like
around the boys, gets
What-
along, but
yeah.
like ugly as
So what I'm saying in that circumstance, the guy, any guy,
yeah.
9 times, 10 times, 100 times out of 10 is probably not trying to even make a friendship. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
And also the roles could be reversed. That girl could be trying to sleep with him. He knows that, but he's like, I don't find her attractive, but she does. So it's the exact same thing, just reverse roles. The theory is still applicable.
Well, I think at the end, a friendship can still be there and last, even if one of them has a hard boundary that they will not have sex with the other. So if they fully are always like, look, I'm never going to have sex with you.
But it's not a real friendship.
Because I have a couple friends that I go back decades with, and I would never have sex with them.
Let me ask
And
you
they
a
know
different
that.
question. Do you think you could be friends with someone that you were in love with in the past?
No. Like
Yeah.
an ex?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Yeah. I think you have your time together, but it's too heavily complicated with feelings.
Yeah.
That'll never fully go away. You'll always
So
have
why do girls always do like, oh, we're better friends? Why do they say that? Why is that like a thing that they'll say?
probably because they're lying, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
They're lying.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like because they're not certain of something else yet.
You mean when they're ending the relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, they just don't want to be with you.
we'll still maintain a friendship even.
Oh, interesting.
Because,
you have
like,
a
they're-
friendship
they're-
with someone?
they're-
Is this
no.
personal, Brad?
No, I have
it?
experienced this. I have
Okay.
experienced this and I have seen this.
Okay.
But in my opinion,
Yeah.
that's always just like they're not certain of something else yet. So they keep the person, oh yeah, we're still
Right.
hovering.
Placeholders.
Exactly.
They're on the back burner.
Have you ever been a placeholder?
Have I?
Yeah.
No.
That you know of?
No. I mean, I've only had 2 serious committed relationships in the last 7 years.
How long?
One was 4 years and one was a year.
Yeah.
And definitely was not a placeholder for either of them. And then I've never really casually dated besides that. So, yeah, my ex before me wanted to marry me, madly in love with me, tattooed my name on his dick after 3 months of dating, went totally off the deep end, met my family. We were madly in love. So,
And then how does that not work?
how does that not work? Yeah, unfortunately, there's factors I can't control, right? And it just ended. It was heartbreaking for both of us. You know, this
Yeah.
man was like, tough guy, right? But like bawling his eyes out on my security cameras when he was leaving my house.
And you weren't sad?
I was too. It was equal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was devastating for both of us because that relationship I truly thought was going till the end. I did not see
Yeah.
us ever separating.
So, but if you really felt like that, then how come you couldn't, like, because this is the thing when you talk about love, right? Because you were in love with the person, right?
Yeah.
How come love isn't powerful enough to be able to overcome whatever it is that needs to be overcome to make it work?
You know, it's funny. He had the same belief. He was like, love can conquer all. Our love can do everything. We went to couples therapy. We tried. He was German. I'm American. We grew up so differently. We had a little bit of communication issue. And no matter what, I fought so hard, but his demons, his battles, his addictions he was facing, like I could not help him. There's nothing else I could do. And our love was not enough. Love for me in the end was not enough. And in my opinion, it's not. You can love someone so deeply and so much, it will not change the events that take place if they're facing demons.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of addictions to the adult world that I uncovered slowly. That's the downside of dating, you know. Even as a solo creator, I thought I could avoid a lot of these people with these problems, but they find you. And he had all of them. Yeah. All of them.
But it's interesting. So he had addiction with the adult world and now you're in it.
Yes.
Were you in it then?
How do you think he found me? Yeah. It was bad. Like he was addicted to escorts, brothels, massage parlors, strip clubs, pushing for full service at strip clubs. Everything under the sun you could think of, he was completely obsessed with and would still be on dating apps while doing all of that. He had an addiction to porn stars where he'd be searching up porn star escorts near me. He had searched my leaks and had photos of me on his phone from before we even met. And I didn't know until I went through his phone. I discovered all of this.
That's kind of strange.
A little weird. Yeah. Like a little weird. Like searching my leaks. Okay, you're curious. I get that. Right. But like photos of me, like a little weird. And they weren't even like pornographic photos. He was just like screenshotting my Instagram for like over a year. I was like, this
before he met you?
Before he met me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
A little weird.
Like a little addiction.
Yeah. So basically in the end, it was like no matter what I could provide, it didn't fill his cup of feeling unworthy. And so he had so much insecurity and all these addictions made him feel better. And so there was nothing I could do. But he took everything out on me, basically. You know, my career was too much for him. But in the beginning, it was everything he loved. I love you're so hot that the world gives you all this attention. And then in the end, it was, no, I love you so much. I want you all to myself. And he was basically like, give up your whole career and I'll marry you. And I was like, no, not going to do that.
But you loved him.
I did love him, but I love myself more. I respect myself more. You saw where I came from.
Yeah.
And so for me, this wasn't, I turned a camera on one day and made millions of dollars and like sold a titty photo.
Yeah.
Like
how many years did it take to start really making good money?
Maybe like 3.
Oh God.
But like that was when OnlyFans.
Life on easy mode, dude. 3 years?
Well, yeah, that's a long time. No? 3 years?
3 years to make good money?
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. Right. Men cannot relate to that.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy thing. Men have to like, you have to like have a reason for people to give a fuck about you.
Well, you also started in like the dinosaur times of the internet.
I did.
So that success was really a build up.
Crazy statement.
It's okay though. I did though.
Yeah, that's mad respect. What are you talking about?
No.
He was one of the first in the game.
No, it was straight bars. What you just said is men have to, what did you just say?
You have to
men have to find a reason for people to care about you.
100%.
That's so hard. Those are bars.
Especially on the internet. Like, cause women, it's fucked cause it's like, I mean, I get it because a lot of the audience, men, right? They're gonna pay into this sort of thing. But yeah, as a man, you have to do so much more for anyone to give a fuck. Like a girl for 3 years is insane. But 3 years make great money is insane.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I did start way before I started. Like, I didn't even know it was gonna be able to be a thing when I started. Mm-hmm. But like to be a girl and be like, yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years, to be like, I'm making good money is nuts, man. Because people have to work like, they have to do everything to just get anything.
But don't you think that content creators, especially because you've met so many of them, each one has just a thing. There's a spark, right?
Yeah, but so exactly.
And there's a spark to that success. The person either has it or they
don't. But not with
it's
women.
Something I've really noticed. No, it's something I've noticed with girls too.
No, you just said moments ago, it took you 3 years to make a lot of money. It's not necessarily a spark. It is because you're hot. And I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not trying to be.
Yeah.
But like a dude has to prove over and over and over again why he's important or why someone should care or why someone should look at him over and over and over. And it's not like you don't even make money then. Like,
okay, but let's talk about your sex appeal. Okay. So do you think that you use your sex appeal also and that helped you with your career? Because you're an attractive man.
Wow.
And you're ripped. And that's a part of it. You're that sex appeal.
Yeah, like what's going on? She bestied you and now she's glazing me?
This is my ex-husband, okay?
Oh my God. Future ex-husband.
Luckily for me, she's exclusively attracted to ugly guys.
This is true.
Fair.
Yeah, all my exes are ugly.
Stupid. No, so did that benefit me? For sure. I'm assuming, right? Because in the beginning it was just like photos and like selfies and shit.
Yeah.
And then obviously I was able to do feats of strength that people were like, this is cool when video came out finally.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course that helped, but that it is interesting because that industry, fitness specifically, is super vain. But it's like, I'm not selling my dick.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. It's an aspect, but you have a spark. That's my point. Is like, can sex appeal help you get somewhere? Absolutely, but you have to have something else,
right? And
you do.
But here's the crazy part, right? Men are the because we talked about this the other day. Men, what's your audience on OnlyFans? It's like 90% men are buying stuff from you, right?
Yeah.
I had to get other men to care about me. Yeah. That's 10 times harder than being a girl and getting men to care about you. That's like, wake up and you're pretty. I think
it's also the difference of our industries too, right? You're more social media content creation. I'm in the adult world. We all know the money is through the roof. It's insane. So that comparison is, I will make money faster in the adult world than a girl trying to come up in the social media space doing the same kind of content as you.
Yeah.
But she needs to have that spark. She has to have a personality. She has to look good too. The sex appeal is important, but there's just something there. It's why some fail and some succeed. There's always a spark to a content creator that makes them. And it's the eye for the content. Almost everyone that I know that creates content, they have the final say or they edit it themselves still because they have a creative vision that can't be fulfilled. You either have it or you don't. I've had so many editors fuck up so many things because I'm like, what is this? Right? Like you either have an eye for it or you don't.
Yeah, that's true. But I just feel like as a girl, you even if you didn't have the eye for it, if you're just hot, you could still make decent money.
100%.
Because like we talked about it earlier, I think before we got on camera, but like this is part of the whole conversation about fucking how I feel like OnlyFans and these sort of platforms are just completely fucking up the world. Is that the perspective? Of women just being like, she's hot. A girl being like, oh, I'm hot, I'll make money, and then fuck any other job that's like. Actually has some substance behind it. And again, I don't try, kind of sounds disrespectful because it's what you do. Right. And it's what a lot of women do.
Yeah.
But I still feel like it's setting the precedent for girls who are just like, well, fuck anything else. I'm just going to do this because it looks easier.
Yeah.
And I also think most of those female creators fail. And I think there's repercussions in the rest of their life. I think, for example, and you're such a hard worker and I see it and you obviously you're beautiful, you know that. So, and you succeeded at one of the highest possible levels, right? And you already know off camera, sincerely, congratulations. But I think it's like 98% of these OnlyFans female creators make less than $300 a month. And I would say that's a failure. And then they have all these repercussions, but they get blinded by this idea that if they sell their bodies online, that they're guaranteed the same lifestyle you got.
Yeah. And then they realize it requires skill and effort, because again, it's not just the way you look. And they fail miserably because they know nothing about marketing. They don't know how to set up a sales structure and they fail. It's a business. It's a business and the product is being attractive. Okay, so how do you sell that? How do you market it? And how do you succeed? And that requires skill and effort that most people don't have. But I will agree with you that it is toxic because most of these girls go into it thinking, oh, nothing. I can go out and get another job after this. No, you can't. You're going to derail your whole life. You start an OnlyFans, you need to 100% commit to it that this is lifelong. This is your career. And if you make it a career and you become really good at it, you are set up for life and it is okay. It morally within themselves, they have to ask themselves questions, but financially, are they okay for life? And could they stay on this career path if they do it well, if they're smart? Yes. But a lot of them don't weigh those pros and cons. They just jump into it.
When do you think your OnlyFans career will come to an end?
I don't think it will. I think AI will become so popular that I won't even have to work anymore. I will just sell a product and a version of myself. I might
I
even
was talking
be,
about this last night.
yeah, I might even be like a hieroglyphic. But physically, I'd say I can go to 45 easily, no problem. But I'm a solo creator. So I'm in a very specific, easy spot where I'm not uncomfortable with the work I do. I don't have to work with anyone. No one touches me. I'm very happy. I love my little life, and I can do this as long as.
So right now you see yourself doing this till you're 45.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And what would you do after that? You think
I'd be
AI
retired, babe. Retired doing real estate. I want to continue to invest
Real
in
estate.
Yeah, I want to
Girls who
continue.
say they do real estate's so funny. That's one of the funniest memes. Oh, real estate. Okay.
Yeah.
From bottle service to real estate?
Yeah, real estate.
Well,
real estate means sugar baby, by the way.
What's funny? No, I've never been a sugar baby. Not for me. That paid lifestyle is not for me either. But no, I had a psychic tell me that my long-term career path was I would just have tons of properties and I'd be renting them all out. And then I would have so much savings that's just like passive income that keeps me going.
You go to psychics.
I love psychics. Changed my life. You're so hippie and you're not into that, Brad?
No, because that's like a different,
He's got obsidian pyramids by his bed.
It's true.
This is
it's true.
crazy.
But psychics
psychics though?
Psychics is like, well, I don't want to know that. You know?
Well,
it's like it's a little scary, that one.
Yes. They will go as deep as you want to.
You're scared of seeing a psychic?
Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird.
What are you scared of?
I don't like the idea of, I guess because so much of our lives, how we create them is through intention. And then you go talk to a person that is like giving you it, like this idea of what is possible for you or where you're going to go. Then you start to create that into your own sort of intention of your life. Oh, they said this, so this is where I might end up or go. And I don't want that outside influence.
So you think that they can somehow convince your subconscious to track a different path in life?
I think that literally everything that we consume every single day, content, social media, stuff on the internet, Twitter, we're doing that whether we're aware of it or not. And then if you go to someone that's like, you sit down, I'm assuming they give some information about yourself, and then they're giving you this like intimate spot on like where you might or might not be. And you're kind of willfully being like, oh, this person is a psychic. So you're going, oh, they must know. You're even further down that road of like influence in a way that maybe is not genuinely for you.
Right.
Because we do this. Like, this is just content. And you listen to what she says about whatever as a girl, and you're like, oh, maybe I can do that. Like, that's happening. But now you're going to a person that like you go, oh, this person knows. And if you're believing it, you're way more likely to go in that direction.
Yeah, it can manipulate and shift the path. I will agree with that.
How many times have you gone to a psychic?
I have an annual reading every January.
Oh my God.
Just for the year ahead.
Yeah, you got to be worried about that one. That's the one you got to worry about.
This is how
I have other things I'm fearful of.
Yeah, I am a little witch. I'm into Wicca too, and I'm good with black magic.
Wicca?
Yeah.
Huh. And black magic.
My psychic told me that I had a past life history in Druidism, which is like Celtic roots.
Right.
And that's from my dad's paternal side. So that's why I'm good at Wicca. But I used to be a feeler, and I would feel when the storms were coming. You know, those white people in the cloaks and whatever back in the 1400s.
Smell the rain and shit.
Yeah. I would.
They recently.
Is it raining?
What the fuck?
You can blur that.
They recently were like, there are people who can literally smell before the rain comes.
That's so cool. And you know, the thing is, I think we all have psychic capabilities. And if we meditate more, we can tap more into it.
Do you believe in past lives?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I do too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you believe in past lives, Brad, but not psychics.
Well, no, I'm not saying I don't believe in psychics. I'm saying I don't want that influence.
You're a spiritual guy.
He's saying he believes so much in psychics that he can't go see one because they could adjust his life.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want. I'm doing good, you know?
Yeah. But it can be helpful, right?
Yeah.
It's really helped me stay clear off certain paths that I could have gone down. Can I be honest with you and you?
Please.
So the last relationship I was in, she saw me living in Germany, looking down at my hand at a ring. It meant nothing, with 2 kids around me and a fountain. And she goes, if you stayed with him, you could go towards the end, but your life you'd be unhappy. He was like really fat, and I was miserable, and I was in love with my kids, but we didn't have the relationship anymore that I wanted. There wasn't the love that I was looking for and the marriage that I was looking for. She kind of pre-warned me. She saw this whole path.
Because he was fat.
It wasn't that he was fat, but our relationship fell apart.
That
but
just
also,
stuck out to me.
let's just start there.
He
Let's
was
start
fat.
there. Let's
Because he was
start there.
unmotivated.
Let's start there. Exactly. What does being overweight mean? Also, like unambitious, not taking care of yourself. Like that's not great. And if you're that overweight, you're probably sick, right? You're not feeling good. You're not mentally there.
I mean, I'm going to say
lot.
something. Maybe this is going to piss a lot of people off because I'm a fitness guy, but I decided after enough experiences that I won't hire fat people anymore.
It says a lot about them.
Because I've had experiences with people who, just
we're gonna get
not
canceled,
great.
So
I don't give a fuck, bro.
But
I used to be super fat. I was 250.
And
wow.
I have photos. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I swear.
Did you go on Ozempic?
I didn't. This is before Ozempic. It's a long time ago.
What's your thoughts on Ozempic?
It can be good if it used properly as a tool. It's just a problem. People that's the only tool that they like lean into, and like this is the reason why. Because you're not developing any habits to actually like maintain that lifestyle.
It's a Band-Aid.
It's the same thing with like steroids. It's like if you just use it as like I'm just doing this and it's gonna do everything for me, you're on the wrong path. Because then you're gonna have to feel like let's say you get a little older, you're gonna have to do more because you're living on just that drug and not like your actual life choices surrounding the use of those things.
Yeah.
So that's why those things are interesting for sure.
They
work for sure.
Are you all natural? You all
No,
natty?
I take testosterone. I've talked about this plenty of times. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Testosterone, is that different from steroids? I'm not in
it's
this
the same
world.
thing. Yeah.
Oh,
it's a different word.
Interesting.
Testosterone is a steroid hormone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, it's not bad. It's not giving you acne or anything.
I've never really gotten side effects from that shit.
Wow. Interesting.
I've also never really abused it. Earlier in my 20s, like my mid 20s, I did use more than I do now for sure.
Yeah.
But I was always afraid of abusing it because I was just like, this is going to kill me. I don't want to die young because I was so afraid of dying at that time.
Do you believe that people can get too big?
Like too jacked?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on
not health wise, but like aesthetically. Do you think guys look good that are that big?
There's talking like professional bodybuilders. Like,
everyone you've met that's like
it depends. There's certain people that you could hold an aesthetic at a size and still look good, but like there is a point where it's like it's crazy. For me, the bodybuilding thing was always impressive because you like in doing even just a little bit of it, you know how much it takes to get there.
Right.
So you're like, it's still impressive in just the fact that someone's willing to push their body to that degree.
Yeah. There's respect in that.
Like, because when I first started, that was actually my original goal. Like, the social media shit wasn't a thing at all, and I was like, I'm gonna be a professional bodybuilder. That's what I thought. Wow. So when I was like 19, that's where I was going.
Yeah. Lots of spray tans, Brad. We could have done our spray tans together.
Yeah, could have looked stupid. And then I got into the industry and was like, this is fucking dumb. These people suck. Not the bodybuilders, but like the whole competition space and like the judging of it was fucking stupid. So
interesting.
I got out of it. There was something I want to ask you. We were talking about like intention and this whole psychic thing.
Yeah.
Do you believe in decision? Like our decisions shape our lives, or fate is like a thing that is predetermined or predestined? Didn't think it was going to get on a podcast with an OF girl and start talking about fate.
Yeah, fate and destiny. I think we have the capability to manipulate and shift our path at any given time. And so with that, I can't say that everything is fate, because then I do believe we have the will and the freedom to shift and manifest and create anything we have. So fate, not really. I think destiny is in your hands and you can create and have any life you want. But I've also lived like 9 lives, so I deeply believe in that. I also have manifest tattooed on my hands. So
where? I don't see it.
The script.
Where?
It's script.
Oh.
MANIFEST. Manifest.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but so I believe in that heavily. You know, you can create anything you want with the right intention, mindset.
You don't think it's predetermined?
I don't think it's predetermined, no.
Yeah.
I mean, where you come from and circumstances, that's, let's say I was a boy born in India in poverty, you know, am I going to become a billionaire? Probably not. But if I worked really hard, if I set up my life for that in some way, you know, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is in our hands still. But the power of coming to get to where you want to be.
Yeah, because coming from certain places,
right.
It's way more difficult.
And so like I am aware that I sit in a lot of privilege and I had a beautiful life and I'm from California, and like where I ended up has a lot to do with that. So, you know, is where you're born also part of fate? Then that's a deeper rabbit hole we could spiral into. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, yeah, but that goes back to the idea I had about multiple lives, as if like you're supposed to be living whatever that life is from whatever start point.
Yes. Yeah.
Then the whole conversation gets even crazier because then it's like, then we're all kind of one. We're all like living the same, not the same. We're all living our lives at different times and different timelines. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I'm definitely into that. It's like,
they say on your last life, you don't have any kids. And I don't plan to have children. Do you?
I do. I want children.
Oh, you do want kids.
Yeah. I'm not getting there right now.
Yeah.
But hopefully I am.
Are you practicing?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd have to.
Tea, Brad.
No, I can't give all the tea. Yeah. I would say I'm practicing. Yeah, for sure. A lot of practice.
Okay. I'm happy.
Do you want kids?
I would love the ideal of a family with a wife and kids and white picket fence.
But does that mean you want kids, or you just like the idea?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I plan on having a whole happy family. That's my goal.
Yeah. Do you ever think? Because how old are you?
33.
Do you ever think you missed a certain time? Because that's for me is the harder thing. It's like I'm basically going to be 36 next month, and I'm like, damn, did I fuck this up? That I didn't get it soon enough?
Yeah, I think that like as I get older, I slowly miss the window to like finding my wife and starting my family. But then also I like look at my life and I go, nah, it's packed out with max experiences. Like I'm on a good path.
And each one has shaped you and made you better in the end.
Each
experience.
Oh yeah, not always made me better. No, definitely not.
Well, I think everything's a lesson though. So it could be more to teach your kids, more to pass down. Like you could judge yourself and be like, wow, I'm 36, no family yet, right? But throughout all of this time, you're going to provide so much more value to your kid when you're ready.
Yeah.
And when it comes to you.
Yeah. And I think there are other ways, obviously, to pass that value that aren't just like to your children. And also too, we talk about experiences, and I try to focus on this part of it instead of the I guess the sad part of it, of not having it, is that like, kind of like you said, I mean, all of this is just for experience, but it feels selfish if it's like just for yourself. So it goes back to, we were talking earlier about having like passion or having like a purpose in like what you're doing. And is it for someone else, whether it's like for 10 other people or 1 million other people? Is it for other people? Like, can we do things? Because a lot of people get caught up in their timeline. I think like we're really taught that, especially I guess in America is more so this like, get married, have kids at this age, and you have to live this way.
Yes.
And it's like becoming less and less realistic, it feels, maybe because of social media, the world, the way it is. But I just feel like life is way more complicated than that. And the true thing, and a lot of this the thing that I'm saying becomes someone's family. Like that's their purpose, that's their passion.
Right.
But there are a ton of other ways to like give that sort of energy out to the world that isn't just your child.
And is it also filling a void because you couldn't find passion and happiness in your own life with your own endeavors? And so then your purpose becomes passing it down or raising a child instead. But the end goal of it always being to have a family and have kids. I mean, I feel like there's so much more to life than just that.
So you don't want kids at all?
No, 100%.
You've never wanted kids?
I've never wanted kids.
I think there's a lot in our natural makeup that I think wants a family. Like, I feel like I can understand why people say they don't want kids, but do you have any younger siblings?
No, I have one older sibling.
You ever like taught somebody something that like you were super passionate about?
Not really, no.
No? You ever taught somebody something? Like
yeah, a lot of people. Yeah.
I mean, like
millions of people.
A younger person
no,
or
anybody.
like a peer?
Like anybody.
Because peers are fun. Then you can bounce back, ideas and whatever. And sure, I've done that. But teaching a younger person or someone underneath me how to, I don't know. It's just not, I don't want to do homework in my 40s. Right? I don't want to I don't want to ruin my body. I don't want to go through all of that. I don't want to.
There is something beautiful to like, seeing someone understand something for the first time.
I agree.
Yeah. Like, I hope my sister has kids so that way I can enjoy being an aunt, but then give that little soul sucking demon away back to them. I don't know.
I feel
it's
like
not for me.
I feel like sharing something that you're passionate about or love or have experience or wisdom with to someone who doesn't is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And you also get to leave that transaction or that moment knowing that you did your best to make the world a better place. To be able to teach somebody like why littering is bad, I think can be a huge attribute to like helping the planet, you know, one person at a time.
Yeah.
And I think having kids allows you for a whole life to make the best human being you can to better the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on your experiences.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's why I want it, because I just think that's fucking cool.
I think it's cool too.
Yeah, and seeing someone, like I said, seeing someone learn something for the first time is probably beautiful.
Yeah.
Then again, I have dogs, so maybe that's good enough.
You could do the dogs for a while.
Yo, so there's been controversy around you and lying on the internet. Why do you think people think you lie?
It's good. Well, okay, so no problem. So we'll answer that. But we've been past the point now, so everyone knows that I'm not, right? Like on Steiny's show, he live looked at all my casino reports. I've shown my tax statements live on camera on one of the full send pods on Money Buys Happiness.
Yeah.
It's like all my stuff's out there. I mean, you can just like literally Google my tax statements and my casino records. But we were talking about this a little bit earlier. So my first ever interview was the first time I did No Jumper.
Yeah.
And I know Adam before social media. I know him through BMX. And when he asked me to do his podcast, it was right after Lil Baby and Drake both like shouted me out and just totally co-signed me.
Yeah.
So I swear to God, I thought I was doing Adam a favor going on No Jumper. I never heard of a podcast. I didn't know any of that stuff. I was like on social media for like a month at the time. And because of that, the way I told every story was like the most, how you say, like dramatized version of events. And so for like the first like 2 years following that, I super dug into that super hard. It got insane views. It was super clickbaity. It was really clippable. Everything I said, the way I said it, was super clippable.
What, by trolling yourself? Is that what you mean?
It was sort of by trolling myself. Let's say
I didn't see any of this. That's why I'm asking. So were you saying like, I'm broke, I'm a liar, everything's fake, or what were you doing?
No, I was saying the opposite. I was saying everything I said was true, but the way I framed everything was like the most dramatic, the most like flamboyant, the most over the top, the biggest version of its reality. So even though it was all true, I said everything like super crazily, like, you know, it was really good clickbait. It was really good clippable moments. Great. I mean, I hit record viewership on everything in like my first 2 years on social media. And then slowly I'm like, all right, like this is kind of over. Like I'm tired of like this like dramatized version of my persona. And then I was just like, listen, it's all real, but like, let me just like tell you like the regular way it went down.
So why did people think you were lying? What was that about?
Because it sounded so outrageous. My story, my real story is already hard to believe. It's like an unbelievable path I took. I did beat Vegas. I did win 32 million. I did get banned for winning. Like all that stuff is real. But the way I was framing it was like so over the top that it just added a layer of like, that's even harder to believe.
Right. I think the one thing I heard about you was how could he be banned from casinos if you were still there teaching other people how to gamble?
Sure.
That went around.
So
that was like the only thing I knew about him.
So in the beginning, they didn't all ban me. Just some did. It was like a process, like tick, tick, one at a time.
Right.
And then a lot of them, because they never really dealt with banning someone for winning in Baccarat. Like the only times they really did that is when someone was cheating. So we saw like communication. Everybody was kind of confused. So that I'd be like, listen, this is the celebrities I'm with or the person that I'm with or the people. This is what we're trying to do. Can I come in? And in the beginning, they would just say, yes, you can come in today. No, you can't come in. Yes, you can, but here's the terms, blah, blah, blah. So that's how I was still going in. And then they kind of stopped that. And now when I go in, it's if I was invited for a special event, like I went Power Slap Fountain Blue, right? So they invited me to come. So I went. As a matter of fact, while I was there, they ended up kicking me out anyway. But
power slapping is right where they get slapped.
They stand and slap.
Is so absurd.
Yeah.
It's
like,
crazy.
Is it like a sport at this point?
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
Yeah.
I'm always like, how do you fucking train for that? How do you train your jaw? You're like, fucking neck muscles. I don't know.
That's like kind of hardcore too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. You gotta have balls to stand up there and just get smacked off a fucking coin toss. Who gets smacked first is nuts.
I know. You don't want to get smacked first. Because then you can get knocked out on your first getting
100%.
smacked and no chance to hit back.
Yeah. They're going for the chin.
Yeah, or like the fucking
jaw,
yeah, which is like that's where your knockout is.
I saw a clip of you talking about underground tunnels in Vegas.
Sure.
Is it like it's like where?
Yeah, I go all the time.
But like where do you
So
where's
let's
the
tap into the conspiracy.
No, like
it's not
where
a conspiracy. No, it's real. I go all the time. It's an entire city of homeless people that live under the city of Las Vegas. So every week when I go to Vegas, I go in the tunnels and I give food and water. Yeah. There's like videos of
where do you even enter that?
So the best entrance is on Dean Martin. I have the exact address. And I encourage everyone to go and give back to those in need, if you can.
That's where they put the homeless, it sounds like.
Basically.
Because everyone's like sex trafficking tunnels.
Nah, bro. It's just homeless people. That's where they made camp, like their shelter in there. It's like they made an entire community under there. Yeah.
What does it look like? Is it just like?
So they're water drain tunnels, sewage type tunnels, but they're dry basically. They're not like there's not like sewage running in it. So I don't actually know its purpose. Maybe it's water runoff for floods. Maybe I forget.
Yeah.
So the main entrance, the one I go into on Dean Martin, you can actually enter from either direction. Again, like for me, like where I usually go, because it's easier to enter from here, on Dean Martin goes under Dean Martin. That's the side that I go in. And there's 6 tunnels. One they use for the homeless use for their own sewage, and the other 5. So you could walk in. There's always people loitering out front as well. And because I'm coming with food, I go, hey, is there anybody in this tunnel? Like, I'm just here to get food. Like, yeah, go ahead. Because they have weapons everywhere. Like, they're ready for whatever. And a lot of them are on drugs. So
shocking.
Yes, I mean,
that don't surprise you.
Yeah, I would have never guessed.
Yeah, they have their own city. They have their own arts district in there. It's like Tunnel 3 or something is the art district when you get like half a mile in.
They got lights in there?
Yeah, do they have a little Starbucks and stuff? Or
nah.
They got a drive-through?
Yeah, they have their own apartments
In-N-Out?
though. They built their own apartments in there. They have like some pretty strong dwellings, honestly.
So can you drive through these tunnels? It's
not big enough to drive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not wide enough to enter a vehicle. No.
Okay, so the theory is in LA, there's the underground tunnels.
Yeah, they
that you
talk
can
about this too.
drive through.
I've never seen that.
Brad, I know you got some connections. Come on. You gonna tell the internet what's real, what's not?
The drug trafficking tunnels?
That's where I've actually heard there's the Starbucks. There's like an actual
Shut the
Starbucks.
fuck up.
No,
There's no
100%.
Starbucks.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I've seen this. It's not a drug trafficking tunnel that the Starbucks allegedly is in. It's for the super elite, rich and famous.
So
don't
they
have
can
to-
beat traffic.
Yeah.
There's no way this is real.
I
A
think
guy
it's
that
real.
used to work allegedly at this Starbucks came out
Yeah.
and talked about it. I saw that too.
There's no way that's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
There's no way there's a Starbucks in this tunnel.
I want to work there.
You want to work
I
there?
want to work there. Should
Dude.
I go apply?
I actually want to see this. Like, if this
Maybe
is
I'll
a thing,
DM the CEO of Starbucks and like start there and like see if I can.
no, because there has to be
maneuver my
employees that are
way
like,
down.
no, I work there.
I
That's
mean,
what
I'm
happened.
in
This guy came
Seattle.
forward.
The headquarters is there.
You got to go ask that motherfucker. Where's the one in LA? I want that address.
Yeah.
I want to go there today.
Well, you have to
Yeah.
go in the tunnel, so only certain people get access to this tunnel.
We're not cool enough.
Fuck.
I know. It's for like
How
this
elite you got to be to get in that tunnel?
super elite. I
Do you
think.
think they'll let me film a video in there? Going to the underground tunnels in LA?
You know,
No, I
Brad,
think
I
that-
don't.
I think
I
that
don't
voids
think
the
they would let you
purpose.
do that.
I think that
Fuck.
avoids the purpose
So,
of the
wait, so then,
tunnels.
but then what kind of employees are they hiring? They got to be hiring like, yo, you can't
There
swear
has to be
secrecy.
security, right? I mean, it's probably. I don't know. It's probably government run.
What other cities do you think have tunnels under them?
All of them.
All of them?
I think the whole country's connected.
The
with
major
underground
ones,
tunnels,
yeah, the major ones.
They
yeah.
talk about that too. I've seen that conspiracy.
You ever seen stuff about the
Yeah.
Denver airport?
Yeah, well, that's like one of the weirdest things.
Wait,
Yeah.
isn't there a show that just came out about Denver, Colorado, and they're living? Oh my god.
Listen, this is the one thing I
Anyway.
can't, because this goes back to the sort of alien conversation.
Yeah.
The thing that I can't stand about this alien conversation is that how come it's 2025 and everything is still filmed on a fucking toaster?
When it comes to alien footage.
Yeah,
I
alien
think I
footage
have
is
the
always
answer.
on a
I agree.
toaster. It's like, bro,
I
don't
think I
get
know
it.
the answer. I think the answer is because the powers that be wipe it as soon as it gets filmed, caught on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they are purposely planting really poor footage to manipulate us further to this concept, as well as conditioning us along the way.
Okay, here's also something we
Interesting.
can consider. If the government wants to keep this under wraps, they basically control the whole internet as well. If really good quality photos come out, they're going to wipe it like that.
Yeah.
I think that's also a part
but
of
you
it.
think that, so you think they have enough power that fast to
Yes.
like wipe something that goes on Twitter?
Absolutely.
I think anything
Yeah.
you've ever seen, they allowed for you to see it. Any conspiracy you think you know about, they allowed you to think you knew it.
Remember when Khloe Kardashian had that photo come out and her stomach looked a little weird and bad lighting? She was able to get that basically removed from the internet. You don't think that the government can totally wipe out photos?
But like
Yeah.
some random kid in Omaha could be like, Twitter, bang,
yeah,
post.
but it's
Instant
gone.
deletion. I think there's
It's
a
gone.
detection program that while you're uploading it, while the platform
Right.
is actively uploading it, is
Mhm.
understanding what it is, and you'll get a phone call immediately or a visit at your door.
So you
and
think
not
all
upload it.
these companies are all in on it?
Yes.
Look, I'll say this. When I smoked DMT for the first time,
Oh my God. Perfect.
Brad, bring out your crystals, Brad.
Perfect.
You can't
Brad, get
say
your
that.
crystals, Brad.
When I first, okay, go. I have to hear this story.
Okay, so when I did something, smoked DMT for the first time, I connected with aliens. That was the first thing. So I get placed in a room. I know it sounds crazy,
Go ahead.
but this is what happened, and it's very weird. So I get placed in a room. I'm sitting there, and
by the way, though, you're high on DMT right now.
Yeah, and I actually meditated.
Hallucinating.
This was deep in my hippie era. So I meditated before. I had all my crystals around me. I was in Santa Cruz with a
Very
drummer
hippie.
from a reggae band.
Very hippie.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. And my hair was down to here. It was wonderful. What an era. Anyway, so I enter this room. It's pitch black, and I start to see these beings popping up in the background. They're just silhouettes, all black. And they're like, oh my God. They start like welcoming me that I'm here, celebrating that I'm back. And they said very much, she's back, like you're back. It's a place we either go to, we've been before, whatever. And DMT is in everything. And it happens when we're born, when we die. There's a big boom in our brain with DMT. So all these beings pop up, and then I start to see these little gray aliens coming towards me. And they have the classic little grays with a little tiny little face, sliver of a mouth. And they licked their thumbs like that, and they pressed my third eye. And they went in a row, and there was like 3 of them. And then I looked down, and there's like more beings, and they're like dragging me downwards. And that's when I like snapped out of it. But it was like a welcoming embrace, and very strange. I don't know, but I've had lots of other experiences on drugs, and specifically DMT was the only time this has happened. Like I've done LSD, I've done acid, all of these things. Yeah. The colorways are crazy, and there's lots of movement, and you see flow and how we're all connected, but to actually see aliens threw me for a whirl.
And that was the first time you did it?
First time.
That was the experience the first time?
Yeah.
Have you ever done ayahuasca?
No, but I want to do this year.
Yeah.
For healing.
I've done it 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where? South America?
No, I had someone fly out here and do it.
Wow.
Like a ceremony, like from someone from South America.
Did you have any experiences with?
Nothing like that.
Okay.
Because I guess the way in which you do it, you're drinking this like sort of like, I don't know, thicker fluid. But it wasn't like, I didn't see beings. It was more shapes. Kind of similar to acid, but like all inside. Like if you shut your eyes, it's all happening inside.
Yeah. In your
But I
mind.
didn't see like there was no one trying to lick and then press my forehead.
Right? It was so bizarre. And still to this day, it's like hard to understand why that happened.
And had you done it since then?
No.
So you haven't done it again?
No.
First and only time?
Maybe it was my first and only time. I think I did smoke it twice in 1 week, but that was like the first dose didn't really do anything. And then the second time is when I fell.
What do you take from that? You just think that aliens are existing in real?
100%.
Yeah.
I think it's all connected. Yeah, I think it's all connected.
What do you think aliens are?
I think aliens have been perceived as God since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Angels coming from the sky. You look at the hieroglyphics in Egypt. Personally, I think aliens, yeah.
What about you?
I think grays are humans that evolved into the future that are coming back to their past, our present, to alter things for their future, their present, our future.
Yeah. That's what makes it feels like it's like this evolution.
Interesting.
It makes the most sense. Like, cause look at us right now and the way we're evolving with technology and AI and all the shit that's like becoming less real, less human, more like machine. Now,
but they were real. Like they were humanoid. They weren't like robotic.
Yeah.
I think
as far as you
grays
can
are
see.
humans. I think that's the living human race I think we will evolve to grays. I think
Okay,
our
so
lineage
you think
will
they're
be a gray.
an evolved human that's from another galaxy that's visiting us?
Galaxy or planet, yeah. I think
Planet
they're humans.
from another galaxy.
I think us in thousands of years, our lineage, well, you're not going to have kids, but the rest of our lineage is...
Well, maybe I'll have yours.
Whoa. Bestie to married and kids is crazy.
That's why I'm fine
Gotta keep
rocking.
him on his
That's why
toes,
I'm fine rocking Bestie. You know what I mean? I know my place. Yeah.
Bestie, see, we also determined that it's not real. Yeah. I think I agree with that. I feel like they've been here before. They've done this before. Because the Earth has been around for how many fucking years? Like
5 billion.
Right. Like
that.
can we Google that? Actually, I want to know the actual stat on that.
What is it?
Because I just think it's and it's been wiped out how many times, complete like ice ages and I know this is
Hell yeah.
Come on.
Put some respect.
That's what I'm saying though. And then type how many times has the Earth been like destroyed? I think it's like 8 or something like that.
Huh.
Not destroyed. Sorry.
The Earth has not been destroyed.
Not the Earth. Sorry. I don't mean
Yo,
the
put 3 people.
Sorry, not the
3
Earth.
content creators.
How many times has the Earth like how do you
Been
phrase this?
devastated?
Like restarted. Because it's obviously the Earth's not fucking disappearing. 5 major mass extinctions. Yeah.
Mass extinctions, yeah. Okay.
In the last
big
half a
5.
billion years. Because how long have we been here for?
4.5.
No. How long have
humans?
humans been here for?
I actually don't know that.
Well, that becomes a whole religious conversation.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that's just like
Yeah.
a thing. I thought
No,
it's just
like evolution is an anti-religious belief.
For sure.
But it's also a scientific fact.
yeah.
Then we start arguing. Then we get pretty political. We get
But I
philosophical
think
on this
I
one.
feel like you could have religion and evolution could still be in the same sort of conversation. Like
Technically
to
not.
some people, I guess to some people it's very like hard line.
By
but
definition, it's a hard line.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think religion gives people purpose and makes them believe in something. And to some degree, I think it can be beautiful and also heavily toxic too.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I have a whole fucking
yeah.
I just think it's just I guess kind of a sad belief, but it's like it just seems like another,
Another thing.
another thing to be like, this is the thing. Not that it's not real to this degree, but the way that we've sort of captured it as like humans and been like, hey, this is this, believe this, think this. Like we've made it our own sort of like bastardized version of what it really is.
Yeah.
You
I think
know?
it's aliens though.
You think aliens just started all this shit? We're like running back again
100%.
in the last fucking 5 billion years.
He doesn't believe in astrology. Which is really annoying. Are you into astrology?
Astrology? I don't know if I'm like into astrology.
But you believe in it. Do you believe?
I mean, that's sort of the compass of
Why would the pyramids all align with the stars in a very
Aliens.
specific way, mathematically perfect?
Aliens.
Aliens are a part of that. They helped him build it, maybe. Who knows?
Do you think without communicating, different people around the world looked at the same stars and go, we should build pyramids that connect these stars? That's the biggest coincidence in history.
It's just the mathematical perfection that is so intense. Have you been to Egypt?
no, I
Okay.
and I want to go really
So
bad.
I walked through all the way up to the top of the pyramid, and like
Isn't that
even-
illegal? You're not supposed to do
No,
that?
inside,
Oh, okay.
not outside.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like took a couple photos for my OnlyFans at the top.
Yeah.
No
Pulled a
big deal.
Vitali, went to
Yeah,
the top,
for
got
sure.
kicked out.
Mr. Beast just did it legally though.
Yeah,
really?
inside.
Yeah, he got to stay in it and do it. He got full access to do anything he wants. I think for 24 hours, was it?
Yeah,
Wow.
he went like into like some caves or some shit. No? I don't know if he was on top of it.
Yeah, but
don't know.
anyway, the rocks in real life are so massive. I took one look and I was like, "There's no way humans did that."
Yeah.
It's
What does
absurd.
astrology have to do with that? If it was non-human.
So the pyramids are placed perfectly under the stars in a way that it has everything to do with astrology. The way that the light shines and the moon. I don't know all the details,
Right.
but I know that it's heavily.
Well, that was
connected to
that was the ancient sort of like not God in a sense, but that was just the ancient sort of compass.
all
what
of the
people-
ancient cultures
Right.
worshipped the sun, the stars, the moon, everything.
But I think it's because aliens came from there, and then our ancient civilizations didn't have the language to describe that, so they saw it as gods.
right.
Yeah. So like I think aliens built a pyramid, so each pyramid can recognize to a certain star, which would be like that
Where they're
alien
from.
group. Yeah.
And you say aliens as in
Wow.
like humans that evolved however many
Yeah.
billions of years ago to that form.
Yeah, it's like we drop a pin on Google Maps to know where home is and how to get back. They did the same thing. They're like, that star's
Yeah.
home. Drop a pin. They're like, what pin? Like, build a pyramid. You know?
But then
hilarious.
the conversation gets weird because it's like, but if they had so much better technology, like why would they need to drop a pin as a pyramid?
They're like playing with us. We're like toys. They're like, you guys figure it out.
Nah,
Like, we're
I
gonna
don't-
leave
I
you
don't
these
think
little
that's it. I
clues.
think there's a more tangible answer than that. I don't know the answer, but I think it's more tangible.
Yeah, but he doesn't believe in astrology because I was trying to explain to him that I stay up to date with this. And I really fully fucking believe in it because I had my astrology tell me that I was going to have bad travel delays. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, because
Dude, this is funny.
No.
You got to understand why that's
No.
funny to hear that.
Yeah.
I fully believe in it because I had bad travel delays. Like my brain was like,
But
shut off.
Look, you have to listen to the story.
Okay.
I look. Okay, I'm in Berlin, and I had booked my flight back to America, and it was during the time that I was supposed to have significant travel delays. And I map out my astrology in the beginning of the month, and to see which dates I should not travel and whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, just lock in.
I'm locking in.
boys. Lock in.
I'm locking in. I'm locking in.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
So locked in.
Internet, lock in right now. Okay.
Okay.
So significant travel delays, still booked my flight, did not care. I get COVID the day before I'm supposed to travel. And I'm like, this is not happening, but I have to go. I'm busy. It was when I was getting my sleeves done in London, right? So I'd been in Europe for a month. I'm like, I have to go home. I go to the airport to check in for my flight, and the guy at the counter is like, your flight doesn't exist.
And he was like, the stars.
Okay. And we've talked about my history. I've traveled the world. I know how to book a flight. This has never happened to me in my life. Okay. So I'm like, my flight doesn't exist. Okay, cool. I was like, let me just book the next flight then. Okay. He goes, well, they're having a strike at Lufthansa airport. So there's no flight for 6 more days. So I got then trapped in Berlin for 6 more days. So I got COVID. My flight doesn't exist. There's strikes all over the world, and where I am, there's strikes. I can't even get a flight for 6 more days. Would you consider that a travel delay?
Yeah.
Does that sound like a
sounds like you got COVID and then something happened.
Your flight got messed up.
And then you go, the stars.
No.
Bro, that's exactly what you did.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, but ever since then,
you got sick and your flight was messed up.
Here was the thing though. I also didn't believe it. I was like, significant travel delays, whatever. I took the whim and I booked my flight. But what I learned is that I'm paying attention to my astrology now. So now when I see it, when they say there's going to be significant travel delays in my chart for that month during this time, I don't book flights.
I will say this.
Now I want to challenge you though. I want you to book a flight
camera,
next time.
he's going to be like, I want your psychic's phone number. I want you to read my chart.
I want you to challenge yourself and book flights during your next travel delay and see if it's the same outcome.
Okay, Brad, for you, I'll do it.
You have to do that.
I'll do it.
I'll tell you this. If a girl asks, I care very deeply about my astrology.
Yeah. As you should. And you should
I know
just
my
lie.
big 3. I know my rising moon. I know all
Do you
that.
actually know that shit?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know that.
Enough girls have told me it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I believe in it. I
She told me as well.
Ex-husband.
What's
babe.
mine?
What are your big 3?
Yeah.
I need to know the time you were born,
God,
the exact location.
I feel like my Snapchat knows this.
I need your mom, and I need your social security number, and then
Oh yeah. Oh, my fucking bank transfers and everything.
yeah.
God,
And I need to go through your following one by one, and we can talk about how you know them. I'm kidding.
Is this how you find a guy?
I'm kidding. No, but you know what's crazy? I started seeing someone and he started doing that. He was like, we should go through he was all date night idea. Let's go through your following and talk about how you know them. And I was like, you're insane.
That is crazy.
Like, that is psychotic. That
or
is
you were
psychotic.
just afraid of getting caught up.
I don't even follow that many people. I think I follow like
that makes it
500
more
people.
dangerous.
Yeah.
So if you have if you follow a lot of people, it's easy. Like, oh, I met him one time, met her one time. Like we talked one time. When you only follow like a small few, why just those?
Right. Because they're friends or you know them.
Friends.
You know?
Interesting.
Love that. Friends.
Yeah.
Also, who has time to actually sit on Instagram and watch every story?
No, I don't.
Like never in my life do I sit there and like actually go through my story. I don't have
Dude,
time.
you know what's funny though? The stories that you watch the most pop up
Yeah.
like right away.
Yeah.
That's an easy one to find on a chick. You'd be like,
Yes. Oh, 100%.
yeah, whose story is always there.
Right.
They watch it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't need these bad ideas.
Because
Yeah,
when you start
sorry.
when you start skipping stories, the algorithm knows that they put them to the back.
Yeah.
And then they push everyone that you're
Yeah.
really
So if
paying
your girl is,
attention to.
you're like, why is that one always there? Well, there's a reason. She's
Yeah.
watching it.
Crazy. So would you let your girlfriend have male friends?
No, absolutely not.
Definitely
It's not real.
In a group setting, if they're friends, that's
There's
fine.
no need. There's no need. She doesn't have enough girlfriends. She can't make enough
I
friends
don't know.
on her own.
Yeah, like the only way that she has guy friends are like friends that are like they're like my friends that they see and they're interacting with them because like we're together.
Got it.
In those settings.
Interesting.
You think be like, yeah, she's gonna be like, I'm gonna go hang out with this guy. He's my friend. Like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm going out to dinner
That's
with
not
Joe.
real.
Like he's in town.
Well,
so.
dinner's a little intimate. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Go to
dinner's
the
a
park.
little
Go.
intimate.
None of that is all that's
I would
intimate.
say one-on-one's a little intimate. But like, what if it was a group setting or something?
So then
with the
that
homies?
dude's taking my chick out on a date with his boys. Like
Yeah.
that's
But
like what
you-
I do
you
for
shouldn't-
her.
you
Like
shouldn't
come
feel-
over, baby. Me and my friends are hanging out.
You shouldn't feel threatened though.
It's not that
Oh,
I'm-
look, she's trying to pull the insecurity card. That's crazy.
She does this
not
all
insecurity. Just you shouldn't feel threatened.
It's not even about that.
So then let's say we start dating and
Okay.
you have female friends.
I don't.
Okay.
Same.
You have female
No, I
friends.
don't.
Okay.
Pick one. Name a single female that I've hung out with
Your
since we've been
sister.
around.
Wait, his sister? That doesn't count.
Okay, this man. You want me to unpack that?
Go ahead. No. Well, pick another one. Pick like one
I won't
girl.
say who it is.
Pick one girl. that
I picked one.
No, pick a,
okay,
any
he
other
claims
girl.
he had a sister, right? And I was like, oh, cool, this is your sister. And I heard him on the bus and he was on FaceTime and he was like, hey, show me your tits so I can screenshot it. And then
Okay, maybe that wasn't his sister.
And then later on was telling a story and he was like, yeah, this is my sister. And I was like, oh my God, that's so crazy. Like I've talked to her, we might like collab, whatever. And then we started talking about the bus and he was like, oh yeah, I was on the phone with my sister. And I was like, oh, do you like fuck your sister? Because like, are you into like incestual stuff? Because that's like actually insane. But you know, he looks the way he does. I wouldn't put it past him. I was a little like, maybe you would fuck your sister. I don't know.
We have the same aesthetic.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
What's different?
Babes.
What's
Bruh.
different?
He's
Besides,
got
you don't have face
neon
tats.
hair and
I did
face
it for
tattoos.
for 1 week, I changed my hair for Coachella.
I like art. I don't look like crazy.
Let's ask you two guys. Do you think me and her have the same aesthetic?
Anyway, back to how he fucks his sister. So,
Bro, no, so it's not your sister.
so it's not a sister. They're not even blood related, and that's just a friend. But somehow you're getting nudes on a bus. That's what I mean. So,
Well, yeah, you just proved the point that we're all making.
so that's not a friend though. But he tries to play it like that's his sister, and they're just friends. It's not. So
I'm not even.
So would you
The stars and
end
shit
the
are
relationship
aligning.
with your sister?
The stars are doing shit right now.
I wouldn't
Don't
have,
pull
I'm
astrology
getting
on me
distracted.
I wouldn't have
No.
done it, but my moon's in rising.
Yeah, in order.
now. That doesn't even make sense.
No, it's in retrograde.
Yeah, for
It's in
sure, for
retrograde.
sure.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys are nasty right now.
How?
This is bullshit.
Well, I can't ice them on, you know.
I mean, like, I have some male friends that I go way back with, but they're my day ones.
From day one, they want to have sex with you.
Yeah,
no,
from that
because I was
day.
ugly. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
I showed you photos.
Yeah.
I was not like, I'm talking
I don't
day
think
one
you were
hippie,
ugly.
whatever. Like, they never tried to smash.
I don't think she was ugly. What?
Brad, you thought I was ugly?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what's funny is that you actually didn't deny it. You were like, yeah, I remember when you were ugly.
No, I'm
Didn't even
not.
flinch.
Yeah.
Didn't even flinch.
I mean, I'm gonna tell the truth.
Oh my God.
But you weren't. I mean, you weren't fucking like you weren't so ugly. But if like
Yeah.
we're comparing the two, it's
So
like,
would you
we're
have
not
been my
comparing.
friend when I was ugly?
no, fuck no.
But also,
no.
there's a different guy for every girl. Like most guys can't get a girl that looks like you or is you.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys can get a girl that looks less than you. So they would still think you're hot at any level, even
Yeah,
if
it's
you were
all
ugly.
it's all personal preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you're attracted to someone.
But I do think you're right. And that if I gave them a shot to fuck me, they would probably fuck me.
There you
Yeah,
go.
of course.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. That's tricky. That's complicated.
It's not even complicated. It's
Yeah.
exactly what we're
If
saying.
my,
Yeah,
if my
black and
man
white.
if my man really came to me and was like, hey, I don't want you to have so and so as a friend, or I'd do it for him.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd
Yeah, I
have to.
get that.
Would you really?
Yeah.
In all our talks, you seem less than compromising.
Well, you're my ex-husband, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to compromise.
What is a date? What do you constitute as a date?
A date is something planned, hopefully by the man, and they tell you a certain time, and you know they don't have to give all the details for it, but what to wear, what's the vibe.
So, but do girls like spontaneous guys? You
I
like
love spontaneous. Yeah,
So does it, if it's spontaneous, like, hey, let's go here right now. That's not a date.
I think it just depends on how you present it.
See how
Sounds like
complicated.
we don't have a clear definition.
No,
It's
just
so
like-
complicated.
Maybe
Just like
you don't
present,
know.
present
Maybe
it
you don't
well.
know.
Be like, hey, I want to take you on a cute little casual date. Are you down? Let's do something spontaneous. Yeah, then okay, it's a date.
Okay.
Like you have to. Is this in the dating process or in
I'm
a
assuming
relationship?
so. Nah, both doesn't matter because
Yeah,
dates are still important.
I think as long as you set the intention and let them know clearly. Yeah.
What's the best date you've ever been on?
Ooh.
Like, what's the coolest thing you've ever done? Or for you, you're like, wow, this was special, or this stood out.
Well, probably last night. Yeah.
I'm the best.
He took me to Boa. No, I'm kidding. He was like, do you know what a swan is? He was trying to flex so hard. I was like, I don't even give
I
a
was
fuck
trolling.
about any of this.
I have my own table at Boa. I have my own table.
Here we go.
I have my own table at Boa. I'm a swan, right? So like VIP at Boa. And everybody there loves me. Like they're super familiar with me.
The one on Sunset.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I was trolling, you know, like, yo, what's up, baby? You know what a swan is? Like, this is my own table. Like, just like joking. Like, who really cares, you know?
Yeah.
That's what she's talking about.
Anyway, so the best date, it wasn't planned by the guy. It was actually planned by me. And it was more of an experience. We were in South Korea. last year for my birthday, and we went to this fine dining restaurant that was like an art experience. So they did like a performance art. They had like fake rain come out and these like people with umbrellas.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Had a super, and everything was like a it was like a game. Like each dish was a game, and you had to like solve a riddle. And
what
then
the fuck? They do it crazy in Korea.
So cool. It was an amazing experience, and we had so much fun because we didn't have any of our clothes. So we went to H&M to buy clothes to wear, and he had to buy a girl's shirt, and we're running through the rain. My hair's fucked up. I'm like filming in the car because it was the funniest. We looked like shit, and we're going to like the finest restaurant of all time, you know? And it was the whole experience that made it really special.
And now
us.
that guy's not in the picture anymore. What a sad story.
Yeah.
And now
Isn't
your boy is
goes?
here.
Isn't it crazy?
Are you going to tattoo my name on your dick too?
I mean,
He actually considered it for a second. That's crazy.
I've been meaning to tattoo my dick for a while.
Yeah. Put a little W on there.
A
W's in the
W?
chat.
W.
W?
Yeah.
Why?
For Willow.
For Willow.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Your name is really pretty. Honestly, what I would do more if I was going to do one of those is I would tattoo a willow on my dick.
Like a tree. Willow tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could just do white ink right here.
I'm not tattooing my face anymore.
That'd be so cute.
No, I'm not doing my face anymore.
why white ink?
I don't know. Just it's cute.
Subtle.
It's a little cute. Because then you have to be really close. So when the bitches get really close to the face to see it, they see my name. You know what I'm saying? Then it hits harder.
Then
Yeah.
I feel that.
Because once they're up close.
It's like how you leave little things around my room so the other girls see it. Know you're
Yeah,
there.
he started telling me stories about that.
Well, that's
found-
classic.
I found
Crazy
one of her
girls that
things.
have done that. Yeah.
Do you this is interesting. I'm just not going to be shitting on your little thing here, but do you find it hard to date in this space?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I haven't officially started to, but just in my last relationship, seeing how difficult that was because of my job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I avoided it. I thought I avoided all the drama and all the issues that would come of it because I'm a solo creator, but it's still extremely hard. It takes a very specific man to be able to handle my job and be okay with it. And, you know, if they're not, they're not. That's also okay. It's really not for everyone. I don't blame them. I don't.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult job. You know, would I want my man online fucking himself I don't know. Like, that's a lot to unpack. So I get it. But yeah, it makes
So you would want someone doing what you're doing.
I would never date a man in porn. I'm not doing full porn, so I would not date a man in full porn. But do you guys want to know something extremely interesting? So men in porn, you know, can date other women in porn, right? But they don't want to. They still, even the guys in porn go after the solo girls because they don't even want the girls in porn. Isn't that fucked up?
I mean, it's just
I've had like so many of the men that are in porn like come after me, and I'm like, I'm always going like, why don't you just date someone in that's doing full porn too? They're like, no, don't want to.
It's because you're so beautiful. Honestly, it didn't even matter what you did. They'd all go after you.
this guy. The glazing's crazy. No, I respect it.
He's trying hard.
He's doing good. I feel like he's doing a good job.
He's doing a decent job. I just don't know him.
Coachella relationship.
Yeah.
Fire.
And you know, he's sober. He actually has a good head on his shoulders. He's really funny. Your crew is super funny and very welcoming. And he stimulates me intellectually. He's actually very smart, which I'm sure the internet knows that too. Yeah. Am I just a pawn to get you other bitches? This is so fucked up.
You set this whole thing up. I told you this before.
We planned this before we got here.
And it was like, he like randomly was dropping you off. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, your car is crazy. You should film a little vlog showing his car in the back.
This one out here.
Insane. Oh yeah, it's insane.
Do you have any nice cars?
I have a Cybertruck.
You want to hear how rich this girl is?
Yeah.
On the drive here. So she's moving. Can I say?
Yeah, back.
Yeah, so she's moving back to LA to be closer to me next month. And she goes, hey, so I'm going to leave my Cybertruck at the house that I own in Seattle. So I'm going to buy a new vehicle when I move in here in LA. And I go, okay. She goes, do you have any ideas for a good car? And I go, what are you thinking? Budget-wise? She goes, I'll probably try to keep it under 200. I was like, bro.
That's not that bad.
There's a lot of cars under 200,000.
I feel like that's not that crazy.
Man.
There's not much.
Don't people have like $300,000, $400,000?
Not that many people.
Mine's over 200,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
there's
what I
not
mean.
that many cars for
feel like-
over 200,000.
That's real. What do you drive?
I drive trucks.
You have a lot of them?
Bronco. Yeah, my
But
friend
trucks,
gave.
you know, trucks are actually really expensive.
Yeah, my friend, the main car I drive, my friend gifted it to me.
Oh, can I have his number? Maybe he can buy
Steve will
me a
do
car
it.
too.
Steve will do it. He probably would buy you a car.
You know what? Love Steve.
He would.
Yeah.
He just fuck it.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be here today, actually. He
Crazy.
might be out there.
Is he still with his girl?
Yeah.
They're high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Living, I think, I don't know if he's in Florida or Vegas or fucking, that guy's had houses everywhere.
Yeah. Is he allowed on the internet again? Because didn't you just have him on?
Yeah, I had him on. Yeah, he's like, it's like still kind of whatever.
Gray area.
I just don't, if he's on all the time, I think it's more of a problem.
Right.
But
It's
here and
such
there.
old news now. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let
Stupid.
the man live.
They got to let him back on.
Free Steve. Does he have merch that says Free Steve on it?
No.
Okay.
He should have
make him.
sold that.
Yeah, 100%.
We got Steiny. Can you go get Steiny? Yeah, tell him to come in. This will be funny.
I was at
Have you met Steiny, right?
I've met Steiny. I was
First impression.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool guy. Let's see if he remembers me. I forget what party we were at, but he goes, "Who's that?" to Lena. And she's like, "Oh, that's Willow." And then she calls me over and he was like, "Hey." But
I'm surprised he didn't slide.
Oh, no chance.
No chance.
No chance.
I don't really like him. First impression.
Steiny?
Yeah, my first impression, I didn't like him, and I still don't. I know him decently well.
Oh. Well.
Oh my God. These guys are
Alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God. That's wild.
Jesus. Yeah, he's
So-
always like high or something.
Do you drink? Do you
No.
drink a lot?
No.
No.
Fuck no.
No.
I'll drink for like birthdays and shit like that. I've never been big into shit that's like fucking my body up.
What about cannabis?
I had to have phases where like I smoked a lot more than normal, but I
Yeah.
still, for me, smoking has always been like hit or miss. Like I'd be like really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Like my sensitivity is just like too volatile, I guess.
I feel like cannabis just made me slow.
Yeah, like I remember
down.
like there was at one point where I was smoking probably like every day before a workout for like 2 months
Yeah.
because the workouts are really good. But then sometimes I hit it too much and then I'd have like a panic attack because I'm on the
Oh.
caffeine and the marijuana
Right.
and I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, it's a lot.
But yeah, I mean, for lifting, it can be one of the coolest things. But
Interesting.
if you don't get it right, for me, it was just not good at all.
Mm.
So I just stopped it. And then drinking just like poison just makes
Dude,
you fucking
drinking's
age.
awful.
And it's not good.
Yeah, it's not great.
I like doing things that make me better. Like I do all
Imagine
that.
you like vaping.
Was that a shot at your bestie?
Oh, I hate it. It's disgusting.
Well, I like nicotine. I love nicotine. I don't vape though. I
Yeah.
do the
Anyway, on
the
this
pouches.
note, I have to go do a different podcast. I don't know how much longer you guys are going to run. If you're going to be a while, I'll just bounce and you can just Uber back to the house or whatever you want to do. But I got this other podcast.
I like that. Those little flex.
Yeah, he's like super important or whatever. Like he had like a table at Boa and stuff. And I was
Yeah,
like,
a
oh my
swan,
God.
a swan.
I was like, wow. And they brought us like little like drinks. Oh, yeah. What's up? No.
Oh my God.
It's cool, dog.
Whoa! Good to see you, brother.
You too.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for
Absolutely.
coming. Yeah.
Okay. Love you, bro.
Later, dude.
Later, dude.
Whoa.
It's big chill or whatever.
Wow.
Anyway, so I've always wanted to fuck Steiny, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, here he is.
Shit. Oh shit.
Here he is. Come over here for a sec. For 1 sec. Just for 1 sec. We're gonna end it with you.
What's up?
Are we
No,
live right now?
Yeah. You just pissed me off right now.
Yeah, no, I'm legit.
Yeah.
You guys finish up. What was your name again?
Willow.
Willow. When did we meet?
Uh,
Looks like we had met like a Ryan Powell moment.
Ryan's birthday. Yeah. Ryan's birthday. Yeah.
All right, yo, just whenever you're ready, Brad.
All right, you fucking
Good to
bitch.
see you again.
Yeah. Lovely seeing you. Love you so much.
Wow.
Miss you.
Amazing.
Text me.
I will.
Thanks, babe.
Steiny sliding your DMs too, or what?
I don't think no.
No?
I don't think so.
I feel like he would have tried.
That's crazy. I love his confidence, you know? That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't date someone like Steiny?
I haven't spent enough time with Steiny to know if I date him, but I mean, he's kind of a short king.
Sure.
Like a
that's not-
little too short. A little too
There's
short.
too short.
If you're that short, you got to be super funny. So he's got to go like through the roof. You know,
You
there's
think
a balance.
Steiny's funny, Judd? Yeah. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's got a I want to say he's got a good heart, but
Yeah. Is he?
I don't know.
I probably wouldn't date him based on the fact that he just didn't remember me. Like I'm gonna leave it
That
there.
one thing.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
gonna-
boys. You know
that's
what
gonna
time
be
it
a
is. You got to
no.
remember the fucking name.
Yeah. You got at least my face. He looked at me and was like, "No." I was like, "You meet too many girls." Too much
he does.
drama.
He does.
It's too hectic.
When are you coming back to LA?
I'm trying to move back. So I'm off to Japan for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to go have a little me time. And then I go back to my house and I'm going to plan my move to LA.
Nice.
Yeah.
You going to come work out at the gym?
Oh, I don't actually work out. It's all just fake. I don't train.
Actually?
Yeah, I can't even actually box. It's a body double. And I
No,
have
I'm
like a
dead
copy
serious.
and
No,
paste of the tats.
No, but I'm serious.
And then I have her like film for me.
You got to come to Zoo and train.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
But I need a trainer. Are you going to train me? Or you got a good trainer for me?
There's a bunch of good trainers there. But
do
I
you guys
will
have
help
a
you.
Boxing area?
We do.
Boxing gym? Okay,
Yeah, we
cool.
do. So
yeah,
we'll see you there.
Down.
Anything else? Anything you wanted to ask me?
Oh. How's your dating life going?
Well, we're cutting it there. We'll see you next time. We love you guys. Next Tuesday. I'll see you guys at 11. I love you guys. Thank you for coming on. That was amazing. You did great. Cool. I hope your little thing works out.
Yeah.
He dipped early, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I guess you're gonna have to Uber back.
Yeah, I'm like low class now.
Is that a red flag?
Uber. Is it a red flag that I have to Uber?
No, that he left you. Now you got to Uber.
No, that's fine. I didn't even expect him to come in. It's a little territorial, no? No, straight up. I'm getting ready. Like, this man's sick as fuck. I'm getting ready. And I like wake up, go do my makeup, whatever. And he's sick. I'm thinking he's going to sleep. Oh, do you need a ride?
Because what'd you say?
I ignored it. Like, he texted me if I need a ride. I ignored it. And then he comes to the room and he's like, you need a ride? And I was like, aren't you sick? Like,
did you say where you were going?
Yeah.
You were going to do Brad's podcast?
Yeah. He's a little territorial like that. Like, so it's he'll never admit it, but he is.
That's
and
fair.
so then he's like, oh, I'll drive you. I did another podcast yesterday. Oh, I'll drive you. And I'm like, okay. Like, I can Uber. But he wants to chauffeur because he wants to be seen. I guess
I respect the game. Gotta respect it.
Yeah.
All right. So when are you moving to LA? In a month?
In a month.
Okay. So we'll see you then.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have you back on. We'll have you on the pod with Steiny. I think it'll be funny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny if he didn't remember me for a second time?
Yeah, I know. He'll remember you.
I would roast him so hard.
Yeah, he'll remember you. But thank you for coming, for real.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Support Brad, rawgear.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.